Success is obviously is not an accident. Strain every nerve and crack the civil services examination. At the end, they will become civil servants and they will do better than officers like me. She appeared. She cracked. She not only cracked, in fact, she topped the civil service examination. She stood first. The IAS gives you enormous power. It gives you enormous courage. And Veranda IAS is ready to play a role to guide at this point of time.
Veranda IAS, where your dream becomes reality.
Hello everyone, welcome to the daily current affair analysis from Veranda IAS. Today we are going to see some of the important current affair topics from the day of 3rd of July 2023. Moving on to the topics of the day. So as usual, we'll be first discussing some of the important previous year questions from 2023 prelims. And after the question discussion, we'll be moving on to the editorial analysis, and the topic is genome sequencing screening for babies unlocks blueprint of health, which can be mapped to GS3 science and technology. Then the next topic is UP's 7 products have received GI tag from the Geographical Indication Registry in Chennai, which can be mapped to GS3 economy. And then we'll be discussing about the site program, which can be mapped to GS3 environment. So let us see the prelims question. Invasive species specialist group that develops global invasive species database belongs to which one of the following organization, which is a question from environment. So the right answer to this question is option A, the International Union for Conservation of Nature. As you know, it is also called as IUCN. And why this question I have asked in 2023 prelims? So we can see that in 2022 there was a current affair related to wildlife habitats in the Western Ghats that are threatened by invasive species. Okay, so such kind of an invasive species and any current affair related to the protection of the species are very, very important, and any questions can be asked in the prelims from that particular portion. Moving on to the next topic. Consider the following fauna: lion-tailed macaque, Malabar civet, and sambar deer. How many of the above are generally nocturnal or most active after sunset? So what do you mean by nocturnal? Those kind of animals who are very active after the sunset or in the darkness. Which is a question from environment. Let us see the options: only 1, only 2, all 3, and option D, none. So if you see about lion-tailed macaque, it spends its time searching for fruits and invertebrates, and it is a diurnal species, that is, it is not a nocturnal species. And India's conservation status of lion-tailed macaque is in Endangered Wildlife Protection Act of endangered as per the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. Okay, and what about the Malabar civet? So it is a nocturnal animal that is native to the Western Ghats of India. And Malabar civet's scent gland extract is used in perfumes and also in pharmaceuticals. So Malabar civet is a nocturnal animal. Then let us see about sambar deer. So the elusive sambar deer is a nocturnal animal, again meaning that it is most active at night and during the dusk hours. They are preyed upon by predators such as the Bengal tiger, Indian leopard, and also dog. So here we are asked to find out or how many nocturnal or most active species after sunset is there. So out of these 3, 2 are nocturnal species. So the right answer to this question is option B, that is only 2. Okay, is it clear? Okay, moving on to the editorial analysis, and the topic is genome sequencing screening for babies unlocks blueprint of health. So what is the context for this topic? So the newborn screening programs are now in vogue in different countries and have been deployed in India as well. So what is the use of it? An early diagnosis of these genetic issues, they could allow use of effective treatments and also save an infant from death or even disability. So now let us see more about this news. There are about 6,000 genetic diseases, out of which only around 3,500 diseases have been documented, and much smaller number have had their molecular or genetic defects mapped. So we can understand that it is in a evolutionary stage, or the identification or diagnosing these diseases are only in a progressive stage. So a significant number of diseases in the population are also treatable, but the others are still to be found out. So they lose a window of opportunity mainly because of the standard newborn screening programs that are limited on the menu of genetic tests they cover. So the kind of test that we are having right now for a newborn baby is not covering all the required genetic tests to find out these diseases. Not only that, it also offers a much better coverage of genetic diseases to screen for, and also it could help the healthcare workers make a fast as well as very effective diagnosis. So sequencing is also a single test versus the multitude of tests performed as part of routine newborn screening. So there is no need of any kind of a 10 or 20 tests for that have to be conducted on a newborn small baby. Rather, with a single test, we'll be able to understand whether the baby is having any genetic issue as such. Okay. Now, what is the ethical aspect behind it? So the newborn whole genome sequencing presents multiple ethical challenges. Let us see that. So such as the issue of disclosing and managing incidental and secondary findings raises concerns about the privacy and also the psychological impact on the families. Yes, just imagine the impact it is going to be creating on the parents or the family. So the equitable distribution of benefits and burdens associated with accessing the technology or utilizing this technology also involve issues of justice and fairness. So right now, even though this kind of technology is being introduced in India and other countries, only those who are rich and influential or those who are having the financial capability will be able to access this technological treatment of diagnosis. But what about the common people? So this is another ethical issue as such. So what is the way forward for this? So as the vast potential of rapid newborn whole genome sequencing unfolds before us, we stand at the crossroads of hope as well as introspection. That is, we should take a middle path in which definitely it is going to open up a new avenue. At the same time, it should not create a harm with respect to privacy or any psychological issue to the parents or the stigma in the society. So there is no doubt that this technology will help clinicians with the means to detect rare genetic disorders and anticipate susceptibility to disease and give them the evidence required to prescribe better treatments and also shape a healthier future. At the same time, we must also treat carefully, considering the delicate balance between benefits as well as harm. So whenever new technology is being introduced, we can say that it can either be a boon or a bane. So similarly, here also, when a new technology is being introduced of genome sequencing, it should be carefully done so that it is not creating any harm to the society. Okay, so that is a very good way forward for this analysis. Moving forward, UP 7 products have received GI tag from the Geographical Indications Registry in Chennai. So from the topic itself is very clear who is going to award this GI tags for each product. It is the Geographical Indication GI Registry is there based in Chennai. Okay, so they are the one. So now let us see what are the products. So these 7 products are Amroha Dolak, Mahoba Gaura Pattar Hastashlip, Mainpuri Tarkashi, Sambal Horncraft, Bhagpat Home Furnishings, Barabanki Handloom Product, and Kalpi Handmade Paper. So all these are the products from UP. But in the prelims, we can see that mostly these kind of GI tags or newly introduced products in the GI tag are being asked in the prelims, because of which we have to take extra care of these kind of news coming in the current affairs. So here if you see Amroha Dolak is made of wood such as mango, jackfruit and teak wood. And what is this Amroha Dolak? As you can imagine, it is a musical instrument that is created by using wood from mango and also session reeds to carve the hollow blocks, which are later fitted with animal skin, mostly goat skin. So that is a musical instrument. What is this Bhagpat? It is famous for its handloom home furnishing product, and only cotton yarn is used in the handloom weaving process, and Bhagpat is known for weaving on the frame loom instead of the pit loom. Then what is this Kalpi handmade paper? It has been a Kalpi. The place has been a center of handmade paper manufacturing, and it was formally introduced at Kalpi by Munnalal Khadari, a Gandhian in the 1940s. So since then it has become very famous. Then the Mahoba Gaura Pattar Hastashlip. So it is a stone craft. It is made using white colored stone that is mainly found in the region. And what is the Tarkashi? It is a famous art form from Mainpuri in Uttar Pradesh, and it is mainly brass fire inlay work on wood. And it was primarily used for khadaus or wooden sandals. Okay. Then Sambal Horncraft, it is made using raw materials from dead animals also. Now let us move on to the side program. So the Union Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, called as MNRE, they have issued scheme guidelines for implementation of strategic interventions for green hydrogen transition program. That is called as SITE program. What is SITE? Strategic interventions for green hydrogen transition program. So as the name indicates, we can see that it is primarily indicating on the transition that we have to have into usage of the fuels of green hydrogen. So this program called a side program is a subcomponent that is coming under the National Green Hydrogen Mission. National Green Hydrogen Mission. So dear students, please to tell us in the comments which is a nodal ministry for implementing of the National Green Hydrogen Mission. It is very easy to guess. Those who have a basic understanding of the ministries that is there in our country, it is very easy to just speculate also. Okay, so please do mention in the comments. Okay, so the National Green Hydrogen Mission is being implemented by which ministry? So this program, it is aiming at providing electrolyzer manufacturing incentives with a total outlay of 4,440 crore Indian rupees, and also it focuses on green hydrogen production with financial outlay of 13,000 and above crore. Then the Solar Energy Corporation of India, the CCI, would be the implementing agency responsible for this scheme's execution. So even though this side program is coming under as a subcomponent of the National Green Hydrogen Mission, it is going to be implemented by the SECI, that is Solar Energy Corporation of India. So the National Green Hydrogen Mission was launched in 2022 with the goal of making India energy independent and decarbonizing major sectors of the economy. And also we can see that the capacity of this India's green hydrogen production is likely to reach at least 5 MMT per annum with an associated renewable energy capacity addition of about 125 gigawatt. And this target of 2030 are likely to bring in over 8 lakh crore investment into our country, and nearly 50 MMT per annum of carbon dioxide are expected to be avoided by 2030. So it is one of the scheme which is being designed or intended to achieve our sustainable development goals, or we can say that this program or this scheme is very much in aligned for us to establish or to achieve our targets in the sustainable development goal. Moving on to the questions of the day. Which of the following products has been granted the GI tag in India? Basmati rice, Darjeeling tea, Alfonso mango, all of them. So what is the right answer? Yes, all of them. All the given products have already received GI tag in India. Okay. So I hope today's current affair discussion was really fruitful for you. So unless and until we meet next time, this is Prince J signing off. Thank you.